This is Rico Savage.
Hey, I'm Eddie Millis.
Today we have two guests, Mark from House of Hookah and DJ Loso. Don't forget to like and subscribe, callers. We'll be right back.
I don't want you feeling left out.
How's it going? How's over Baz?
Appreciate it.
Today we got two special guests, DJ Loso and Mark from House of Hookah. If you guys want to introduce yourself, tell the audience a little bit about what you do.
All right. My name is DJ Loso. You already know so. I DJ out here in the IE all around. DJ with my main man right here. We have the House of Hookah right here Saturday and Friday. Leads into Sunday sometimes, but we run that right now, and I think it's going good, man. We created a good partnership, and I think partnership is what the nightlife is about, man.
Okay.
Mark, House of Hookah, man. I created House of Hookah from the ground up and decided to add people to the team, and Loso was one of them. First and foremost, he's going to stay there for sure.
Good guy for sure.
Yeah, for sure, man. It's funny, though, because there's people in your life that you don't even know they're in your life, right? Like, and then when you find out that they're in your life somehow and they come about it, it's like, man, we've been working this whole time together not even knowing.
Right.
Yeah.
But I appreciate Loso from the bottom up, man.
Thank you, bro.
That's literally how me and my boy Jacob, the one who runs it, I didn't start with him. And I knew him, and the funny story is he was like, when he tells the story, he was like, yeah, me and Rico knew each other. He was like, but every time I met him, I was drunk. So, so you know what I mean. Like, we never had like a real conversation until we started doing. But we knew each other. You know what I mean. We partied together, but it's crazy. Like we were always in the same circle, but you never know who's going to impact.
Correct.
You know what
It
I mean?
made me kind of happy right now when you said partnership because I'm an entrepreneur, right? And I always say the only ship that doesn't sail is a partnership. Because partnerships are brutal. They ruin friendships, and I've got a great one right now. I got a business partner, Carla. She's also a school psychologist, and we've been business partners for now 9 years, and it's great. The question I ask is like, how do you maintain that partnership and that level of respect, and make sure that neither one of, you're always going to bicker or maybe have some disagreements, but how do you work through those things?
Well, I guess I'll go first. I guess I'll go first because I've had a lot of business partners and a lot of partnerships, but I think learning stuff through those partnerships that didn't succeed, look at it, see like, hey, what did I do? What did they do? What could we work on better? And sometimes, if you have a falling out of partnership, I don't think it's the end of it, and unless we could both grow up and understand what the problem was, and we could figure that out and address it as grown people. Because every time there's money involved, something's gonna happen, and you gotta be knowledgeable how to overcome that, or try to see how we could figure this out together.
Right.
And if we can't, then maybe this partnership shouldn't work.
So what's the one thing that sticks out, your key thing that you could pass on to somebody listening right now that you learned through the partnerships you had before that makes this partnership better? Well, give me like one thing.
I would say letting them in too close, and like being too personal, and stop becoming professional, start becoming more of friends than business partners.
So you keep it professional.
Keep it professional.
With mutual respect.
Yep.
Exactly.
Right.
Because once you cross over that line, I think that's when other things start coming into play.
Yeah, that's a good one. And I totally agree with that.
And that's how I always tell it to people. Like I don't want friends. At this age, to me, it's about building. You know what I mean? For the people who are after me and for my future. So I always say I want friends who turn into business partners, then turn into family.
Right.
You know what I mean? Those are my steps.
Man, you couldn't have said it better, man.
You know what I mean? So,
that's exactly what I look for nowadays. Because I feel like the people that should have been there when you're down are not, and then when you're up, most people come into your life
Right.
acting like they've been around the whole
It's
time.
easy to be loyal when,
Yeah.
shit is good. When
There you go, man.
it's
It's
bad.
crazy,
So,
right?
That's what I.
Yeah,
that's
I've
what I
been
say all
dealing
the
with that all
time,
my
man.
life, man. And you know, it's crazy. But I got my boy just came and surprised me. He's sitting outside. He's one of my old students from a long time and friend. And those are the kind of people that you want in your life. You know, the ones that
Supporting you.
support you from the
yeah.
beginning and believe in what you can do and your vision. And let's talk about that for a second. Where did you come up with the vision? Tell us a little bit about your background, where you came from, and how you got to become an entrepreneur.
Man, you want to go first, or should I go?
Oh no, that was directed towards
Yeah,
you.
Towards
yeah,
me?
yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. I
I'll put you
appreciate
on the
it.
spot right now.
I appreciate it. There we go, man. Let's get it.
There
Let's
you
get
go.
it.
I love it. There you go.
All right, man. I'm born and raised from the LA area. Got brought down here by my mom. You know what? Hookah's been a big part of my life since I was 13. I got introduced to it by, I'll shout out the whole Nigerian family out there in Syria. They introduced me to it. When I got introduced to it, I just couldn't go back from it. And I know y'all looking at it 13 is weird, but where I'm from and the area and the family I have, like,
Yeah.
unfortunately, that's normal business.
Yeah.
So-
or fortunately, I mean,
now you're making something out of it.
There
yeah.
you go.
Positive,
Yeah.
So-
positively.
So
Yeah.
it's fortunate, right?
Yeah, there you go.
So you are an expert in all things hookah.
I feel like at this point I am. I overcame
cool.
a lot of people that just didn't bother to understand it. For every little thing, there's a science to it, right? And I feel like if you don't have practice that science and understand what's better and what smokes better, what enthusiasts like, then you're basically wasting your time. You're only doing it not as a passion, but you're only doing it to make money off of it.
Yeah.
And I feel like there's nothing wrong with that, but I feel like anything, a venture that you're going to take, you have to have a passion. Because with that
100%.
passion, it's going to grow and it's going to make you the money mandatory.
See, that's something that
Yeah.
is real, and I really love that because you have to love what you're doing.
Exactly.
And all these fake ass let's get rich quick bullshit, they don't have passion for it. They're hustling people. If you love what you're doing, and you look, you could pick rat shit out of rice.
Yep.
And if you love doing that, and you're making
man.
money doing it, you're gonna make some money. But you
Gonna be
gotta
the
love
best
what
rice
you're
picker
doing.
ever, you know what I mean?
What are some of the obstacles being Mexican in the hookah industry? We talked about that a little bit earlier.
And I'm pretty sure that everybody's like Mexican. Like he looks.
I look white. I look white 100%. So I appreciate that. But yeah, I'm Mexican 100% full blooded. Getting into something that's not cultural by Mexicans is really hard.
For sure.
Because they look at you like, what is this guy doing?
Right.
And then to certain avenues that you hit, you think that people are going to help you and support you, and those are the most people that turn away. So you realize, you know what? I got to figure this shit out on my own. Excuse the language, but
No, you good. You live here.
you know what I mean? So it's
Yeah.
even harder for an entrepreneur that's trying to do something that they're not comfortable with or not understanding how the business side of it works because they're not letting you know.
Gatekeeping.
Thank you. That's the exact word, gatekeeping. So Mexican, black, any other culture that comes into it is like in the same place where I was at. You got to figure it out on your own. And it sucks because you want to be able to reach out to these business owners that have been in business and try to figure out what's the number one thing that's selling, what's the number one thing that's keeping them up.
So you did have those. You did have those questions when you first got into it, thinking that people were going to be friendly, and you got turned away, or you just
Correct.
didn't get responded
Yeah.
back to.
Wait. So was this because you're a Mexican running a hookah place?
I guess.
And is it? Oh wait, Mexican don't know hookah?
I'm gonna say it like this, man.
Yeah.
Most of the customers that were there, their Arabics, are not there no more.
Right.
And most of them, I look at it why, and they're at a different lounge that's owned by an Arabic, and they won't fuck with me no more. Why is that?
Yeah, why is that? It's funny because you take other cultures like the Japanese especially, right? And they will reverse engineer anything. So it could be a French custard cake.
And
they make it the best in Japan now.
There you go.
Or the Japanese whiskey. You know, so I think like what's wrong with it with
Shout out to Whiskey Republic.
Yeah,
Not to
yeah,
cut you
yeah.
off,
Yeah.
but-
And by
He
the-
said
by-
whiskey.
by the way,
I gotta put that out there.
I'm an Italian mix, Basque mix, individual, but I love tacos, man. And I'll tell you right now, if I ever decide to open up another small business, I'm gonna have the baddest taco shop in the world.
There you go.
And I'm not Mexican, but I know what I like. I know how to run a business. I'll outwork you, and I'll have the best product. And if I don't have the best product, I won't open till I get it. So I get you.
So what's let's get into the DJ DJ life a little bit. Like, how did you?
Well, I started as a producer first, and it was just trying to figure out how to make money in this music industry. It's kind of like, you got to figure it out on your own. Because so I'm born '91, so like, when I started DJing for a Latin guy, it's kind of more like, DJ Mustard was coming up and all the Tigers and all that stuff. So at that time, it was ratchet activity. So to get a Latin DJ in there, it was kind of like, But I grew up in South Central originally, but I moved out to the IE when I was like around like 10 years old. So I do claim I'm from the Alien Empire and whatnot. So even out here, it's not to say like that, but kind of it's a little backtracked a couple years. Yeah. So what's happening in LA, it's gonna come transfer here a couple years later. So what I figured, I was like, oh man, I was just like, how am I gonna tap into to even get a residency, or how can I even open up when all these DJs are, they're looking for a certain type of DJ,
especially at a hip hop club, in your
exactly
Latin.
in Latin. So I had to, like you said, I'm gonna outwork some people, and I'm gonna get in there, learn. This is the thing that people don't understand. So you have to learn where you're gonna get into first. You can't just be like, man, I know I'm good, so I'm just gonna head up in there. Everybody knows. You're good. You don't. You just have to show everybody that know you're good. Also, that's not going to be enough, because then you have to also understand what they're doing. Because if you could be good, but if you don't understand what the culture is trying to do, they're going to wash you out real quick.
Because everybody does shit for at the bare minimum, and like we were saying about the love for it. If you just going into DJ because you want to be cool and for money, it might last for a little bit, for so long, but if you don't actually
have passion,
you know what I mean, and study your skill, you're not gonna go nowhere. That's what makes the people the great people, when they study their skill. You know,
I got a question, because I'm fascinated with DJing. I think it's badass.
You gonna start in Thailand or what? You a residency in Thailand?
DJ Ripper.
Oh, you already got the name.
Oh, that's it. That was my
Hey, shout out Jacob with the house.
So the DJs nowadays, there's so many, right?
Right.
Are they good? Are they really that good, or are a lot of them
trash?
Got in the right place, right time?
I gotta say it trash.
And there's like, so
just
like you got like
DJ on your
brothers. I'm not,
Well, I'll tell you this. I just, I watch your guys' podcast as well. So you guys had DJ NGV in here, right? I don't know her personally, but I know she's a good DJ. And the reason why I'm bringing her up is because there was a certain point where you'll get to, are these females just getting hired because how they look, or is it because of their skill? And I don't know NGV personally, but I know she's actually like a DJ, you know what I mean? Like
solid,
like a DJ, like not because she's a female, because she's actually a DJ. But you know what I mean? Those DJs I respect, like female DJs that I respect, like people that are actually doing it. But there's also some of them that you'll be like, I gotta question this, because I'm not really convinced if, like, there's certain females that get hired because of what they look, and then you look up there and all they're doing is just like
pressing the button.
There's one, God, she's going to kill me for not knowing her name, because they're new friends of mine. She's the one who plays the violin. She plays the violin live and DJs. She had a residency in Vegas at the new Resort World.
Okay.
God, I'm sorry I forgot your name. She's a wonderful person in real life. I met her and her boyfriend at a party, but she plays the violin. I got to go see her live.
Violin is one of the hardest instruments.
So she's DJing and playing the violin. She's real deal, but it just seems like, damn, it's so competitive now.
Because everybody wants to do it, just like the podcast shit. Everybody wants to do it, but nobody wants to put in the work. So then you got them watering. It's getting watered down. Where you got some of the clubs I go to, and it's sad to say, I know some of the DJs' playlists.
Yeah.
Like I know what they're gonna play next, and I'm right most of the time.
Really,
and it's crazy. You know what I'm talking about?
Even if you're good, it's still competitive, to where you have other people trying to cut each other's throats to get on the next bill or to get to the next residency. And then after a while, like, you know, now we're DJs that this is all we do and this is our career and this is how we pay our bills. So now it gets really cutthroat. Now we're really out here really trying to fight to pay our mortgage or our rent. And you know, it's sad to say that some people that you came up in this industry with now are, you know, they'll be like, whoa, as long as we were good as long as when you were here, but now that we're kind of here, it's kind of like, it's not. Because
a lot of DJs that I know, some of them have like actual 9-to-5s because they don't get bookings and stuff like that.
Which is okay.
Which
is okay because you're still on the grind,
fine, right?
You know, like,
but like when it comes to you, like and how I know one other boy, he DJs in the club, but he started getting into like weddings. He was like, that's where the big money is, quinceañeras and shit like that.
Which it is.
And you know what I mean? And I see you, like, it's not just I only see you post that night. So I see him like he's doing he's doing school events early in the morning for high schools, for elementaries. He's doing, you know what I mean? He's at party, right? That's what I'm saying. Like, so it's different. Like you said, you might not know somebody, but like you said, you don't know Angie V, but you're seeing the work getting put in.
Oh yeah, definitely. And
that's why I see it with you.
She's inspiring to me,
right?
Like to be like, you know, like, because you know, I could see her like out working out everybody, and that's my thing is, so what I tell everybody is like, oh, you don't have to be the guy in the limelight in the club every night. There's money everywhere, and not only that. Let's say like my manager Sudi, shout out to him. He's doing that. It's my manager to do all the schools. Yeah. He's told me, he said that if you think there's just one way to make money off this DJ thing, you better think again, because there's so many avenues, and don't be scared to approach all of them. You're not gonna look any weird just because you'll take a wedding that pays you $1,500 compared to take a club gig at night that only pays you $300.
The term "look weird," like I like that you said that. Like, look weird to who? Like, who gives a fuck?
Man, right? I like.
You're the one making money.
Right,
if anything that I do, if somebody thinks, look, I could give a fuck.
Exactly.
You know, I obey the law. I do right by my friends and family, and I work hard. And if you're doing that and you're making money, man, fuck, kudos to you.
Exactly. And doing what you love at that.
So being an entrepreneur, as soon as you say he has a manager, I said, damn, my life just went up. That's a new field. Yeah. I didn't know. I didn't know you can manage DJs, bro.
Yeah. So, and with that, and like you said, like how we said, like you can't give a fuck. So was there a point when you started the hookah, and then because you said the appearance is different than what you are, and you couldn't get help? Was there a point where you were like, you know what, fuck this shit, I'm about to do something else? You know what I mean?
You know what, man? I'll be real with it. It took me 5 months just to open the place. And I could have opened the next day, but they kept giving me such hard problems. And
Who did?
Man, I'll say the city.
Yeah. It's tough.
The people who are... we're here.
I cut it short because... it's funny because thanks to the legal team I got, I was able to see who was calling, who was doing all the stuff.
Okay. So here's what happened. You don't even
they come in every shape and form, man. They might be they might be sitting to the right of you.
No. Did you have to do a CUP?
Because I know Loso, man. He's team right here.
Did you have to do a CUP? Conditional use permit when you opened?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got to do a permit. They got to do a parking study. It's a bunch of bullshit. You got to deal with the city. I've had to. But then, if somebody finds out that you're opening that's a competitor, they try to throw salt in your game. Yeah. Boom.
And I had a lot of salt, man, from different areas.
A lot of salt, no fries.
People want to act like they friends and they there for you.
It'd be the
closest people that hurt you, man. That's the crazy thing about it.
And then people and a lot of times, like when you're doing shit with friends and people, like you said, like when you got to keep a balance, because once somebody sees that like you're doing better than them and they can't take that, not knowing like if my friend gets blessed, he's to the right of me, who's gonna get blessed next?
Me.
But people don't want to. But people don't want to play their role.
Man, those are my friends. That's what I love.
You don't want to play a role. You get somebody. You tell me, oh, last night I had 400 people in the club. I'm handshaking you. I'm not looking all weird like, well, nobody came to my event.
Yeah, I didn't get to go there. Yeah, but that's these simp fucks.
Hey, maybe 2 weeks might be your event, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
so
people don't look at that. They
you got to wait your time.
Hate at the time and not understand that.
So I got a question,
Yeah.
Because this is pretty cool. Like, take me through a night. Like, Rico and I roll in on a Saturday night to your spot. What's going down there? You got food, you got hookahs, you got DJs.
You know what? I got
PG
food.
night or a crazy night?
Rated R night.
You know what I mean?
Do you see anything on this body or shirt that says PG?
Nancy
This is all
Rosales. Shout out
rated
to
R.
Nancy Rosales.
Hey, Nancy.
That's right.
Hey, there's nothing.
Appreciate it.
There's nothing PG right here. But take us. We show up. You got alcohol there?
No.
Okay.
No alcohol.
So it's
Strictly hookah. I got snacks. I got everything else, candies, everything else.
okay. Cool.
It's after hours, just
Yeah.
to like so. So what happens is well,
I mean, I have venues where they do rent it out. I do have nights where they do come in and say, I want to rent out the whole
Right.
And
place.
it's different. It's
It's
just
And then you got
random.
Everything
you play
changes.
DJing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
cool.
even if he's DJing, I mean, they rent it out. They're renting out the whole venue.
Oh, right on.
It's almost like a quinceañera. You look for a venue.
It's
Yeah.
private.
Find you
It's private. It's private event. So,
Oh, okay.
So it's different.
Yeah.
So
the-
you're only private events?
No. I mean, there's nights where I'm only private events because
Got it.
it's only people they know they're coming in and doing their thing.
So let's get you some business. What are the nights the viewers got to go? Like when are we
Fridays
showing
and
up?
Saturdays.
Friday and Saturdays.
Friday and Saturdays.
Private-
I'm barely gonna
Is there
start
a big
picking up
line?
Sundays, so that means
yeah.
How do we get to
the
the
money
front of
team
the
right
line?
here might
How do we
pick up
get?
Sunday.
How do we get to the front of the line?
say Rico at the door. I got
There
you.
we go, Rico,
Say
big
Rico,
Rico.
say Rico.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's cool.
and just it's a what you say why there is no alcohol and this is not permitted is because it's an after hours. So basically so we're not too far from downtown like we explained earlier.
Yeah.
So what happens? Every club that's there,
Basically,
everybody's asking, what do we do after?
Oh,
You
so
come here.
you don't open till like 2.
No,
I'm
there's-
open
yeah.
from 6 p.m. all the way till 4 a.m.
And then, but after 2, it's a private event.
Correct.
Wow. So
You
you
know.
get a lot of sleep?
Yeah, I get a lot of sleep.
All right, cool.
3-4 hours is enough for me, man.
Yeah.
I have other businesses and other ventures. That,
Yeah.
I mean,
There's
I'm
not
not
a lot
here
of
for
sleep.
that, but
Yeah.
those businesses and other ventures, of course, man,
Yeah.
they give me the 3-4
Keep
hours
you
of
going,
sleep.
yeah.
Correct. And that's the thing that I'm a err on here. Being an entrepreneur, a lot of people don't want to do it. They want to go clock in on 9 to 5. And
Yep.
you know what? I did it for a long time. Always being an entrepreneur, I guess truck driving and everything else. I say, you know what, man? Nothing comes easy.
We talked about this earlier. Like we talked about my vet, and every time somebody asks
That's the
me,
one you're trying to sell me?
I said this podcast. You,
Chat's going crazy. Chat's going crazy.
You
yeah.
want to work, like you want a
Hell,
nice
man.
car, but you want a Saturday, Sunday off. I said this earlier. I said
Yeah.
if
It's
you,
not going to happen.
if you work Saturday, make $100, Sunday make $100. That's $800 a month, right? $9,600 a year for $800 a month. Well, you ain't gonna drive my vet, but you're gonna drive a pretty nice whip.
Correct.
For working on the weekend, and that's what I think a lot of these so-called entrepreneurs or new ones they don't get. They don't put the work in. I remember when I was promoting fights because I started King of the Cage and I started my own organization.
I didn't know that. Congratulations, man. I used to watch King of the Cage.
Yeah, I'm
Man, that's
the
crazy.
new commentator too.
And then the
Wow.
one and then the one who does the
Did you ever
Michael
work with
Holston, he does
Romel?
it too.
So it's like
No, I didn't work for him.
Is-
I own the Shark Tank. Like I'm my own gig. Yeah,
It's the whole table of
Yeah, so-
entrepreneurs
With
here.
Romel.
I'm
Cobra
loving
Kai.
this.
Yeah.
So he started Cobra Kai.
Yeah.
No, but I started King of the Cage with Terry.
Okay.
And then now, he asked me to be the announcer, and I'm involved with that, and still involved in the fight game.
We're
but
doing it October. October is another fight. He's
you guys are
commentating.
coming, October 5th.
Wow.
Me and
I'll
Jacob
be
are
there,
coming,
man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we get you some
Yeah.
tickets.
I'll
You know
be
what I
there.
mean?
But
Definitely, man.
But
Sounds
yeah,
like fun.
if you have that work ethic and you just keep going and grinding, like I remember doing shows and literally sleeping 3 hours a night
Yeah.
for 3 weeks straight because you got to live by the sword and die by the sword. That's
Right.
why it's very important as entrepreneurs to use your own money and do shit your own way because it only fails by your hand if it fails.
There you go.
Right.
So,
And I'll
You don't have to
say
answer
this.
to anybody.
just read a couple comments from the chat. We got Samantha Price. I don't know if you guys know Samantha Price. She said, "What's up, guys?"
What's up,
What up,
Samantha?
Samantha?
Christopher Elder. He said it's
Christopher?
everybody's favorite security guard. He said, "What's up, fellas?" My boy
up?
Rico and Loso. I guess he knows
What's
this.
up? What's up?
Nancy Rosales. She said, "I'm very proud of my nephew."
Yeah.
House of
Family,
Hookah.
Yeah.
Right on.
Appreciate it.
Jacob said, "Yeah, most of these female DJs are only getting clout because they're half naked." But yeah, Angie V is legit. Shout out Angie V. And then
I
Nancy
said as long as
Rosales.
you got that BBL, you getting on.
Man,
Oh God! Don't even start that topic.
Hey man, I don't want to start it. Believe me.
Samantha said it's the ones closest to you that don't support, just sitting there hating.
Thank you.
Right.
Nancy Rosales said best DJ.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it, Nancy.
Samantha said congrats, Eddie. Vega said get it. And then yeah. So you guys are in love.
That's right.
People are fucking
That's
with you in
because we
shows.
show love.
Yeah.
And they
Exactly.
know that. You know, we're out here. It's like we're entrepreneurs and stuff, and you know we go through ups and downs, and you know, like the famous TikTok that goes around and says, "Say, man, I wanted to quit my 9 to 5 because I didn't want to work my 9 to 5, but now I work 24/7." You know, that's one of the realest things that I've
That's
ever
what I was
heard.
going to touch on before he got into it. That most people, they decide to try to be an entrepreneur somehow, whether it's real estate, whether it's selling chips, whether whatever. And I tell my 2 daughters this all the time, man. They got caught in school selling cookies, but they're understanding the method.
Of course.
That 9 to 5 is not going to do it. I'm sorry
No.
to tell you. That was doing it back in the day, but now it's not going to do
And
it.
COVID
man.
should have showed people, a lot of people, that like the jobs don't give a fuck about you.
They don't give a
nowadays.
fuck about
Yeah.
you. You're just a number.
Yeah.
They'll cut
Yeah.
you out when they feel like it. When somebody else younger gonna come in.
You know, it's crazy because I was born in Connecticut. My dad's Italian. They moved out here, but me and all my brothers are entrepreneurs, and we're lower. I'm from Whittier. I was raised in Whittier.
Man, all
But-
LA homes right
Yeah,
now.
man.
Compton.
Hey, but you know what's crazy? My
Long
dad
Beach,
used to go to the
Beach,
horse
the
races
LBC,
all the
that's
time.
Right. And Whittier.
He'd take us
Y'all
to the
came
horse
the
races,
IE.
right?
Ooh,
And at the horse races, we were hustling to make money. We weren't just sitting watching the horse. We'd go up to the tellers and ask them if they want coffee or something, and we'd run and go get their coffee for them, whatever. We make 50 cents, $1 tip. We were hustling when we were young. Paper routes, right?
Yeah.
Selling orange juice,
Back in the day.
lemonade, whatever you needed to do. But I don't know if that work ethic still exists today with a lot of people. They want some quick bullshit, right?
I mean,
It doesn't, man. I think most kids nowadays are sitting inside on their phones instead of understanding outside the world, the real world. There's a lot of money to be get.
Yeah.
And you got to
They're
be
not
social.
understanding,
You,
I mean-
got to be social. You can't. A lot of kids don't know how to talk to someone, another person.
There you go.
No matter if it's a
Thank you.
female or if it's
Even a
if it's
female, man. I see
You know
kids
what I mean?
that don't even know how. They go on dating apps. No offense to dating apps.
Yeah,
But I'm just saying, the dating app people that invented that, man, I need to get on them.
Go
Yeah.
out, go out of the country. Go
They
out of the
make
country,
millions off these people that don't know how to talk to each other.
Yeah, well,
That's
I
true,
mean,
that's
we
true.
can. Hey, we talked about that already. Like, but even talking to American women right now or dating American women, there's a big disconnect between men and women. So
Big.
that's why I'm a passport brother.
hey,
I say it all the
hey,
time.
shout out to that. I just came back from Honduras, and I'm gonna tell you, I
Your
had
passport brother?
yeah, hey, I
He
just came-
he travels. He travels.
Yeah, I went to Honduras. I DJ'd out there. And it's just, you know, my parents are from there. You know, I went to an island called Roatan, which is in Honduras. You know, it's a beautiful.
Shout out to my Honduras people.
Yeah, shout out
Love
to all my
so.
Central American people. And it's a beautiful island. It's very slept on, and
Yeah.
look it up when you get a. You like to travel? And,
No. You know what's funny? I already know. My ex is half Honduran.
Hey,
Yeah, from years ago, and I know. I know what you're talking
How,
about.
and,
place, man.
and how is it being in the nightlife? I know as a DJ, you probably get a misconception, and just being in the nightlife period, and you're a hook owner. How is it? The dating life, or with females when it comes to females, like because I know how it goes, and the shit is funny, like, you know what I mean, and it's a misconception about the whole thing.
You know what, man? I'm gonna break it down right now. My bad. I don't mean to interrupt.
go ahead,
but-
go
both of you. I'm gonna
Oh
ask
yeah,
you.
we need to hear each.
I'll say this: the dating life is hard, bro. As an entrepreneur, just itself.
Yeah.
Because most of your time, like he said, you barely had 3 hours of sleep, right? So when you have 3 hours of sleep, where's your time go?
yeah.
You got to understand, and most women don't understand, is that your money is what's making this business. It's not borrowed.
And it's your
not
money
from the
that's
bank.
taking them out to Javier's at the
Exactly.
beach.
So, hey, thank you.
Mhm.
So if you have 150,000 to
Yeah.
200, 300,000 invested in it, do you think you're gonna be worrying about a date?
Right. And this is right.
I mean, most people, like you said, entrepreneurs just come into the game that don't understand the game, right?
Yeah.
Are gonna give a
Yeah.
fuck about that date.
Yeah.
But we done past that, man. If
I
they're
know.
not making the time to understand or be there,
Not for you.
it's kind
My
of hard.
date's my dog.
What
when I
about
get
you?
home.
What about you? What you think?
There you
What
go.
you think about that shit?
I think one thing that I went through is they think that just because what we do, we could take them to work every night or everything. And it's just like,
Oh wait, so you got girls that want to get in free and hang out at the DJ booth?
and I'm just like, look, well, even if you're dating somebody, it's just like, look, it's cool, but you can't come work with me every night, because you know what ends up happening is now they create extra problems that you don't need while you're at work. They don't understand, and I feel like some people don't understand that. They think they take your job as like whatever. I'm like, I'm here actually to work and I'm making money. So let's say if I bring my girlfriend, I'm DJing, and some girl looks at you, now you're creating another problem, argument. I'm actually doing my work right now. You create another problem, and I don't need this right
And
Yeah.
the cold part, I don't want to throw it out there. I've actually seen it happen.
now.
No, but it's
With no
great.
salt?
I mean,
With no salt?
no, but I don't know what you're talking about. But I've actually, but I've actually seen it happen.
Oh, listen.
Like-
They go to work with you because they're worried that DJ is going to be grabbing other. I mean, look, come on,
no,
you're
it's
DJ,
money first. Like,
Right.
but then I
Yeah,
realized,
But you should say, well, you want me to,
go to
hang
your
out at your
job?
work?
Right.
Or do you want to go half on right now? Or
And let me ask you a
'Cause we don't
question:
pay anything,
if you
so,
were out there
like-
working, if you hypothetically were out there working in the fields, would she be out there with you helping?
no.
Then you don't want to go. Now you don't want to go.
so you
Yeah.
guys understand what I'm saying? It's
Oh,
just
yeah,
like,
for
so we
sure.
understand.
Come on, it's like, don't take my work kindly, because it's a real job as well. So you can't just like
Exactly.
come with me every time.
And I'm sure you gotta dictate that right at the beginning, right? Listen,
Well, I mean, I learned now. I had to go through these steps and process to know. Now I'm
no
like,
arguments.
okay, hold on.
well, I was,
He speaks
for me,
about
this
his
podcast
experience.
is.
Bro, that shit's crazy.
For me, this podcast has always been for me is at least passing on something to somebody that's listening that gives them some advice. So,
Right.
To hear that from you, that's cool, because maybe up and coming DJs, they'll say, hey, you know what, stay home.
And I'll
Right?
say
Don't
this,
bring your
man.
girl.
I gotta shout him out.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, because there's so many people that wanted me on a podcast. Even when I was doing other businesses that I am into, I didn't do it. And when he reached out, I said I gotta do it.
Yeah, all love. It's all
You know
love.
what I mean?
It's
So I
enough
appreciate
love.
it,
You know what I
man.
mean?
It's love from here to there, bro.
Yeah.
I appreciate it, man.
I want everybody, you know what I mean, when
Yeah.
it comes to me. I mean, I'm not into it because of money, no matter what I do. Of course, we all want to get paid at some point.
Yeah.
But the reason why I get into shit, like even when I got into this, I didn't want any money. You know what I mean? When I managed one of my boys. He's a music artist. He wanted to pay me contracting. I was like, nah, Lee.
Yeah.
I don't want any money. I believe in you. Let's do it. You know what I mean? If you want to do something, yeah. But other than that, if you don't, it's not. You know what I mean? My word is bond. I'm gonna help you out if I can, and that's what it is. And that's
Right.
that's when the true.
What you
blessings
have, you helped me out as well.
Yeah.
you got me booked a couple
Yeah,
places.
I don't want. It's not on no managership. I want 10% because you know what I mean.
right.
Nah, you know what I mean. I'm gonna be blessed in other ways by blessing other people because I've been blessed. You know what I mean. So I've wanted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Some certain things, and nobody helped me, so I would want to help everybody else. But yeah, nah, you was cool, good, nothing but good.
Yeah.
That's the
why
only
I
reason
came on here. You hear
I
that?
wouldn't.
You hear that shit,
I wouldn't even booked it with. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? If he didn't
appreciate
say
it.
you was good.
That's the way it works, man. Bruce Buffer from UFC back in the day referred me to a company, and
He's a legend too. He's a legend.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bruce
Yeah,
Buffer
Bruce Buffer.
used me. Said, "Hey,
He makes
you
a million
got."
just saying what he's saying.
Yeah, he
look
said,
at
"I
people's
got
numbers.
He goes, I got a guy you want to promote your fights. His name is Eddie, and I did the first all-female MMA show in California ever,
Wow.
2007.
Shout out to that, man.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
Bruce hooked me up because we had a long-standing relationship and as friends, and we're in the same business for a long time. So I get it. You know, it's important to keep those relationships healthy, right?
Yup.
Right.
Yeah,
And now we're past those boundaries until it gets you into other places, right?
yeah.
But go ahead.
No, go ahead, because this is important. I think we talked about, we all want money. Like, see, I'm starting to flip my thinking. I love money, but I said this to Rico earlier. I have some very successful friends, and 90% are unhappy as fuck, and they got more money than they need.
Yep.
So, at what point?
And
Where's the balance, like, for each one of you guys? Like, you want to make that money, but you need that happiness too, right? So, where do you find your balance?
Man, I'm not done till my kids are in college.
Okay, cool.
So
How
you
many
do it-
kids?
You do it for them.
Yeah, I do it for them.
How many
I have
kids?
two girls.
Right on.
I'm doing it for them, man. So
Right
I'm not
on.
done till one of them wants to be a judge, one of them wants to be something else, and that's gonna cost money. You know what I mean?
Good for you, man. That's
So-
great.
I set them up on IROth.
Yeah.
Roth
So they're
IRAs.
set up. There you go. They're
Yeah.
set up till they're
Money making
21.
money, yeah.
So they're making money while they're sleeping. They don't even know about it.
Yeah.
It's not about your
So-
first name. It's about
And
your
how
last
many
name.
dads
Thank
do
you.
that?
Not many, man. Not many even show up. So
Hey, when I was in the Army, I sent money home to my bank account. My dad was on the bank account. He gambled all of my money. So I what you're doing is very commendable, man. Like I did get some of the money back. It wasn't
Yeah.
easy, but what you're doing is great, and that in itself, like, dads out there should be doing that for their kids.
And let's get into a little bit of that. Like, is that something that that you're doing because that you didn't get it, or were you right? Like, how was that when you growing
you know
up?
what, man? I'm not too close to my dad.
Right.
I really didn't grow up like that with him. So I feel like most of the shit he did was for himself. And I feel like me having kids really taught me what real love was, man. Understanding what patience is. Understanding what my mom went through just to...
She raised you,
Yeah, man. You know, and I have one more sister. I have a sibling.
Yeah.
Shout outs to her. And yeah, man, just a lot of patience and understanding what it costs to have a troublesome boy that always gives you problems, man.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean?
It's
So,
revenge.
yeah.
It's revenge.
So
Yeah.
I have 2 daughters, and they go to good schools, man. I give it to their mom, you know.
Yeah.
It's just understanding that the base has to be set for them to be in a different place in their life.
Right.
And when you understand that, man, you know what? You kind of sit back and tell yourself, you know what? Something's being done here.
Yeah, so many people they say, "Oh, well, I lived this childhood, this happened, so that's why I'm this way with my kids." But you flipped it. You said, "You know what? I'm not. They're gonna have a different life, right?"
Yeah.
Right.
And that's another thing that I think there's a big issue. Is everybody is all hooked up on their past or their traumas, man.
Yeah.
And I'm all about painting on a clear
And
blank canvas.
And don't get
starting
this wrong,
new.
man. I still touch in with the city, man. I take them with me. I put them in the passenger seat in the back.
Yeah.
And we go through Compton. We go through the neighborhoods where my family's at. We go through everything, and I teach them. When they go through bathrooms, they ask me, why is it so written up? And I tell them, you need to understand, this is people's traumas. People don't know another way out.
Yeah.
You had another way out just the way my mom gave me another way out.
Right.
So you need to understand that this way out is the way you got to stick to. And you know,
What was a pivotal moment where you just flipped and from coming from Compton and living there and said, you know what, I want to go straight. I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to do everything the right way. Was there a moment, a defining moment in your life that
my mom, man.
yeah,
My mom.
right
Yeah.
on,
Seen her struggle through a lot, man.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
That's one
Single
person.
parent,
yeah.
you know, not giving up.
That's-
Focus, man.
Yeah, how is she now?
I give it to women, man, because
Yeah.
you know what? Some women don't have a dad that comes in and steps in for the kids, man.
Right.
So I give it.
lot
I
of
give
the
it.
times.
Yeah, there you go. So
Awesome.
And then doing what you're doing. Obviously, you're always busy, and your time goes. You know what I mean? And getting barely to sleep. What's your foundation, as far as like what keeps you grounded? No matter if it's family, if it's religion, like you know what I mean. What keeps you?
Yeah, family definitely is the first thing
Closer.
that keeps. Family is the first thing that gets me grounded first, right? But then there's also the thin line of your family always. They also could be a burden as well, because maybe they don't believe in what you believe in, and then they want you to do. No, I'm Hispanic, so there's also that stigma of be like a DJ. Entrepreneur. If you don't get to this warehouse and work 12-hour shifts and do this, do that, then we're not, like, your mom's looking at you crazy. And I'm
Yeah,
like,
man.
look, mom.
Get a real job type shit.
Yeah,
huh?
get a real
Yeah.
job. And you know, there's that stigma, first of all. But I'm also the type where I come from where it doesn't matter. I'm gonna make it to where I need to do this, do that. And just like we set up as entrepreneurs, as you guys both know, my safety nets are, you know, we're not guaranteed. The next thing is you're only good as your last paycheck, or not even, we don't get paychecks. We're only last gig or whatnot. So I set up what high yield savings accounts. You know, SoFi is a good one that gives you like 5% back that a regular bank account doesn't give you. Those are things that entrepreneurs think about because they're like, I'm not a regular person. I can't just have a Chase account that gives me 1. That's not good enough for me. I need one that's 5% and higher. Like those are, as me as an entrepreneur, that's like safety nets that I set up for myself.
Right.
Like he said, I set up my daughters with Roth IRAs so they could grow up. Those are we're setting up safety nets for ourselves because we don't have that guarantee of a next.
You have
check.
kids too.
I do not.
Oh, okay.
But I mean, I consider all the people that I mentor my kids. So shout out to DJ Options. You know,
Alonso's leaving kids and babies
like
next.
trust me. Like shout out to him. Like he's somebody that came out from Minnesota and came out here on a just came through. He said, "Man, I want to learn how to DJ." That somehow we found each other, taught him how to DJ, and he took this business plan, took it to Minnesota. And now he told me, I'll come book you over here.
There you go.
That's how it goes.
So
You pull the other person one up,
yeah.
right?
And I feel no way to build him down or anything because and you know what? Now he's giving me fruits. You know what I
Right.
mean? So it's all about things just like me. When I first met him, he said, I just opened this up. I said, I'll do you one better, man. I was like, what'd I tell you? I said, I'll do this first weekend free. And if it doesn't come out and if I don't do well, then don't hit me up again. And now we're here.
There we go.
Man, it was word.
That's the way to do it.
You know what I mean?
I'll get back to that conversation. On that one, he was already working for me.
Yeah.
And I didn't
We
even
didn't
know
know
that.
it.
And we didn't even know it because I worked for other bars that he's already partnerships with.
Okay, so the bars, not the.
Yeah,
bars.
bro. I got other businesses.
And
where
he's
I'm
just
in,
like,
and
who do you know what it
I mean,
is?
we're not here to touch about that, but
Yeah.
we're here to talk
Yeah.
about the hookah lounge.
Yeah.
and-
Yeah.
But I
So the
didn't know,
world-
bro, and it's all love and respect. You know what I
Thank you,
mean?
brother.
Yeah.
Appreciate
So
it, man.
I trip out on that. It took a small talk. It took a day for him to come in.
Yeah.
We linked up.
Yeah.
And that's why I said, man, it's
Yeah.
wild. But
Yeah.
I appreciate what he's done for me, man.
Yeah,
You
and I
know what?
appreciate you too,
Yeah.
brother. That's all love,
It's
man.
all family,
and we're
man.
gonna
Love,
keep growing.
Man. Yeah.
So where do you see like you taking the hookah? Like what's the next step as far as for the hookah?
You know what, man? A lot of people have asked me, do I plan to open another one? What do I plan to do? I got adventures in different places right now that I'm like just trying to close up them chapters and then
Yeah.
figure out what's next. But I would like to open another one. I know another individual in Long Beach hit me up about a hookah lounge, and I was thinking about that. I'm just trying to figure it out.
Yeah.
So what your clients mainly are Latin?
No, man, they're Hispanic, Latin, Black, some white, Chinese,
That's great,
but
right?
yeah,
Yeah.
mostly some
Diversified.
Arabic, but they're Pakistani and more.
Yeah.
But like I said, man, the ones that were there didn't stick, and they went to another lounge up the street.
Yeah, because I did I don't know who was running it when I had hosted there one night. So when he had gave me the address, I was like, wait a minute, I've been here before, and I'm thinking when I was about to walk up, I'm thinking I'm about to see the same people, and it wasn't. I didn't know it had changed. You know what I mean? And back then, it was on some shit like, put it this way, I didn't even when I went there though, I didn't even get paid that night.
Wow.
Type shit. So when you know what I mean? So obviously, like you said, bad business is only going to work for so long. You know what I mean? Your name is only going
Bad
to
business
show.
is bad business.
Right.
Man.
You know what I mean? So, and then when I went, everything was cool. Like, you know what I mean? I think so far you're doing it the right way. I mean,
What
it's
you
only
think
gonna
of the
go up.
remodel?
Yeah, for sure. Dope. Yeah, for sure, dope. You know what I mean?
When did you
Yeah.
go?
The last time I went was probably, what was it, like a week ago?
like
a weekend ago?
I invited
Oh,
you.
okay. You get a pass. I was out of town, out of country. I
Yeah,
didn't get no invite.
invite
Hey
you.
man, my doors are always open for you.
You're
man.
invited.
Thank you, brother. I
now,
was looking at my phone and something must
Especially
be
when you
wrong
bring that,
with it. The
especially when you
invite
bring
thing
that
is
vet over.
He said my notifications must
Right.
have
I
been
know,
on.
they must
Well,
not
you're
be on.
invited now.
No more.
Hey,
Yeah,
gone.
man.
I
you
can't
got
wait
2
to check
free
it out.
requests as of right now.
Yeah. Shit.
Let's
Some cover girls.
Right.
Some freestyle.
Let's get into that. How is that shit when people come up? Because sometimes, like when I'm in the DJ booth with some of my DJ friends, and you get the drunk people who stumble up, or it's the guy who think he's a shit and he can just like tell you like, hey, can you play this? And
Do
then,
they still tip you? for a song?
Some.
No,
I mean,
you gotta-
look. You have your regulars that come through, and then that like people that come regularly and they appreciate you, and they'll really bless you. And
The cheap
those
ones.
No, but there
gotta
is some
shout it
people
out.
that do be like, oh, you know what? I appreciate him, and you have your people that come see you just specifically for you. But there is those people that they're adamant. Just you need to play this. I really don't. But you know how you do that? You say, oh yeah, I got you, and then you just keep them on the loop.
Hook.
Just the same as when you call customer service and they keep you sitting around.
Yeah.
That's exactly what
Oh,
you
that's
do.
great. That's great. I got you. It's 4:00.
Yeah.
Right about to close.
Yeah. Well, I got you right now.
How how is it? Like, have you ever been to that point where you was like, you know what, I don't.
Oh, wait, yeah. When they start carrying their drinks over your DJ board and they start leaning over, you're like, oh, okay, it's time for you.
Time for you to go.
Now I'm really, hey,
Yeah.
you will mess up everybody's night. And this guy over here, he's almost getting a lap dance, bro. And you're about to fuck it up for him.
I know.
So
Yeah.
stop leaning over. And that's when you draw the line.
Wait.
Like,
Wait. Lap dances too?
DJs get love.
I make it happen for people. You know that's the thing that the DJs do.
He said DJs get love.
We read the crowd, and then I'm a fan of you going home with somebody because of what
Of
I
you,
played.
yeah.
I played something that made her.
I got him some ass.
Yeah,
like,
and I'm
'cause
like,
of that song.
you're welcome.
That song.
You're fucking
It's
welcome.
that song selection.
You know.
Wow.
Yeah. What would you? How did it start?
Like for me to DJ.
Yeah. Like, what were you doing? Like, were you like, you know what I mean? Like, was it? You know what I mean? Something that like somebody else was doing.
I produced music since I was like 10 years old. Like,
So it was
Yeah.
you got kind of like it wasn't like something
it
that
wasn't
you,
working, and then I started talking to people, and then my brother was like, well, shit, if you still want to do music, that's another thing that I said, there's not only one way to get money off of music. He said, you know how to produce music, you know how music works, why don't you try DJing? And I was like, DJing? I want to be like Metro Boomin. I want to be DJ Mustard. I want to be like a producer. And he's just like, well, it's not working, bro. So he goes,
hey, but that's
That's fucked up.
we need those though. You need,
Hey, but you need those.
You need
because
those
that shit
people.
makes you push
hey,
harder,
because
bro.
and now I'm here.
You need
Because
those
once I
people.
touched that deck, it was over.
There you go.
It was over. It's like it might not be the route that you choose, but the route will choose you.
And when the student is ready, the teacher appears.
Yeah, exactly.
DJ Khaled or Scott Storch?
Scotch Storch for sure, because Scotch Storch did the.
He did the candy shop,
He
man.
did the candy shop. He also is the whole piano man on Chronic 2001.
For real?
Yeah,
Oh
he was.
yeah.
He did all the pianos.
Yeah,
Dr.
see,
Dre
he knows.
do the drum program. Also, there's a lot of stuff that even like if you didn't know about that album too, is everybody from the West Coast is about to be mad at me, but trust me, I was kind of like, no. But Jay-Z wrote What About Dre? He wrote the whole song.
Shit.
He wrote the song. That what do you think on Super Bowl? Because Jay-Z controls the Super Bowl halftime, and that's why he had them perform those songs on there this last time.
Wow.
Damn.
Because he wrote that.
You would never know. And it's a West Coast song. You
It's
get a
a
West
West
Coast
Coast-
feel from it from a New York nigga. Like,
But Jay-Z will tell you that Dr. Dre is the person that, if you want to make something happen, that's why he said, "I'll write it." He said, "Shit," because that's who's gonna make it happen on the West Coast. Jimmy Iovine and Interscope and all them, they'll make it happen.
Yeah.
That's why 50 Cent said, "You know what? Fuck this East Coast shit. I'm gonna go over there and basically, I mean, if y'all don't know it." The West Coast claims 50 Cent. It's produced by everybody from the West Coast. It's a West Coast album.
damn.
Damn, Interscope, way back, Gerardo days. Remember him?
Yes. See that you know a little bit
Oh,
of
yeah.
Let me find out you produced some
Oh,
shit.
man, I just know a lot of shit.
Let me find out.
I know all the. I
I'm
know all the
ecstatic
peeps
just
over
finding
at-
out he was king of the
Hey,
cage, man.
yeah,
I'm ecstatic, man.
No, but so what you don't know,
Bro.
like he's
He's tapped into everything.
he's a fighter.
Used to be, yeah.
Used to be. So like we out here we did shout out to Mike Barron. He came in and we were talking about King of the Cage, and he's like obsessed with UFC fighting. And we were telling him about leg kick. He leg kicked me one day. Right.
My bad, bro.
No, he licked me one day. It hurt at the moment. I'm like, oh shit. So I'm laying down in the bed and I forget about the leg kick. It's probably like you know what I mean? And I go to turn over. I'm like, oh shit! Like, why can't I move my leg?
It's tender.
Right. And
He knew exactly where to kick at.
Yeah,
but
so I got
wasn't
Mike
even full.
Barron next time, and then I got one of his associates, but really light, like with love.
Would love my ass.
He did it to put you
Bow to your sensei.
Dad, just imagine if it wasn't with.
So yeah, like, you know what I mean?
You might not wake up.
Yeah, I think now the older you get, you just want peace.
Oh.
Yeah.
Tell me about
Yeah.
that, man.
Yeah,
Peace.
Tell me
you just
about
want
that.
peace.
So speaking of peace, is that something is being a business owner? Are you trying? Is that going to be your piece for forever? Or are you're handing it over? Or
You know what, man? I want to touch on something, and I didn't want to interrupt anybody.
you're good.
But what I want to touch on, man, I'm tired of going to these warehouses and these wholesalers, and none of them are Hispanic or black or any other race. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I feel like since I'm on this podcast, man, I feel like
You got a platform. Yeah.
these people got to step it up.
So
'Cause it's not only myself, but I feel like there comes a time where I want to go to one of these warehouses and it's ran by a black person, by a Hispanic person that's selling me some shit.
Right.
right.
You know what I mean? I'm kind
So
of tired of.
Can you educate this person? Can you farm some people that?
You know
wanna
what, man?
learn
That's my
this?
next step. And he said if I was done with it, and I was thinking while he asked me that question, and I was telling myself a while back that I was gonna look into a warehouse and look what I can step into that we have not stepped into.
Right.
Because I feel like most of my culture is okay where they stand at. They're okay going spending $500 on a bottle at the club, spending $5,000 at the club, thinking they're doing it. I'm sorry, man. That old way is gone. We need to start spending $5,000 to bettering yourself.
That's right.
You know what I mean? And I'm not trying to hate on the clubs. I'm not trying to shut.
Yeah, no,
you
for
know what I
sure.
mean? I'm not trying to shut that down, but I would really like to step into a warehouse where it's owned by Hispanic or black, and be like, I'm selling you this.
You're buying your hookah supplies from.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right.
Anything different. You know what I mean? Not only that, like I said, I go to cash and carry. I go to alcoholic things.
Right.
I'm in different adventures, man. Even if it's animals, I'm in that adventure also.
And
Yeah.
I'm glad you spoke about this because
Closer.
I'm glad you spoke about this because there's also like I also had to talk to it with with a couple of people, and it's just like when you go to a and I'm not trying to like be like about like that, but just hear me out. When you go to a liquor store, you go to a 7-Eleven, who primarily owns that is a certain
Yeah, race.
right?
You can say it.
Right. So
100%.
Indian.
or
Or
Middle
Arabic,
Eastern.
yeah.
Hey, when they own a hookah bar, it's Middle Eastern. When it's they come here and create businesses. When we come here, they're be like, fuck it, we're gonna go to a warehouse, work 30,000 hours a day.
We don't have
and-
parents that are sending us money from Mexico over here.
and that's the
So
thing.
that's the difference that separates
It's the
us.
stigma that parents just want us to work construction, work hard, and it's like, no, we could come over here and own some stuff, and we could also like make it out like this. Now, like he owns a hookah bar, that has never been seen before. So we gotta we're breaking the barriers here. You know what I mean? We can have a Hispanic hookah bar. Not to say like, hey, we're not gonna forget who actually created this. We're gonna give you guys credit. And you guys.
But we're in the U.S. and
Yeah,
they're
and-
able to bring whatever race you are. You're able to bring your business here and thrive.
You're able to do anything you
Look
want.
at the Chinese.
Right.
Just don't do
The
it.
Chinese are buying all the property, you
Thank
know,
you.
and they're capitalizing
And
on it.
I'll say this, man.
Yeah, and
a lot
we
of
need
us
to
go
learn
to
that.
these markets. We go to Cardenas, we go to Superior because they got Hispanic names, but they're not owned by Hispanics.
Yeah.
Right.
They're owned by Taiwan. They're owned by
Yes, sir.
Chinese
Well,
people.
that's what- but
and
they're
there's nothing
taking-
wrong with that. I
No.
support them because I
Right.
even go my
See,
damn
Mark
self.
coming out now. He's
Hey man,
talking now,
I'm just saying. You know what I mean?
But they have
But
the
I want the
infrastructure to
change.
do it.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
The only
You know
way
what
it's
I mean?
going
And
to
the
change
change ain't
is
gonna
with
happen
this.
unless.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Put the money back into ourselves.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
we gotta
And that's what I'm
invest in
saying.
yourselves.
I'm shouting out these young men. They're doing their thing, whatever the way they're getting their money. I respect it. But showing off to these girls at night, man, I've been there, done that. It's not gonna do it.
No, it
For
ain't.
sure not.
Put this money into a business, man. tap in if y'all want to tap in with
Roth
me.
IRA.
Yeah,
let's
get it, man.
Account,
Now
SoFi,
I look back at
like-
just that, like $5,000. We were talking about this earlier. Shadi and Rico and I were, when we're off camera, about spending money at bottle service, and you look back. I look
Crazy.
back at all the bottle service I had for 4 hours, 6 hours of
Believe
fun.
me. Yeah.
Shit, man, I'd have not just that car.
Yeah.
Probably
And I
have a
support that
McLaren.
still. Like I said,
Like you said, it's okay.
I'm not disqualifying that. But what I'm saying, man, is just stack your money in a different way, so you can be able to support it 100% all the time.
and make your money.
But there's
work
such
for
a
you.
need.
So let your business pay for that.
But what needs
Right.
to be
Don't let your dope money pay for it, and
'Cause
then
most-
get locked up,
'cause
and
most-
then trying to.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Most people they
yourself
spend
out of that
spend
situation.
money, and then after they spend money, they wake up the next day like, oh shit, I just spent this. I just
yeah,
spent this much.
and then they
No.
go put themselves in a bad predicament
Right.
to make that.
You gotta,
back.
if you when you spend money, or when I spend money, at least I don't go. I mean, you can admit, I don't spend money. I don't go out unless I'm going to make money.
Correct.
I can get drunk at home for free.
But
There you go.
the
I mean,
whole
don't get me
social
wrong, I
media
still have a
dynamic
couple
has
weekends
made it
where-
that
Yeah,
way.
I might go
Everybody
out to
wants
support.
be somebody. Everybody wants
This
to
is what I
floss.
say too, man. Look, I didn't do social media to just recently when I opened up this lounge. Even though I had different businesses, I never wanted to do it.
Good.
The reason why I say it is because social media is so fake. People post one thing, and they're really living a different life.
Yeah.
So what I'll say about this, man, is don't follow social media because you don't know what these people really life is like.
Brother, I just flew back. I was in business class. Legitimately. There was 4 different people that walked in there and tried to sneak in there and film themselves in a business class
That's
airline seat to floss. 4. And they have curtains to block it off.
Yeah, I know.
And they come and sit there, and one girl's like, before they finally snatched her out of there, and I was thinking like, it's fucking,
Is that
it's
serious?
crazy.
Is
It's
that-
an
is
illusion.
that
But
serious?
what is that? Because you.
But what I mean, what that gives you likes.
Yeah, but
So
tell,
most people
tell
are
them
out
the
here for
5 versus
likes.
the 10 thing we talked
I'm
about.
like,
so we're-
I'm like, fuck the likes, man. Give me money.
You hear about the new rating scale?
well, so because I mean, like, because so
Social
that's
media
all.
does give you money, but you gotta. It's a different, like, you can't.
But people don't tell they don't tell the truth. Like so
Yeah,
with,
yeah.
like he was saying, it's,
there's different ways
It's lame ass dudes who are giving these fucking 4s attention, and now their heads all blown up, and they think they're 10s.
4s or 9s now.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like so, it's people are setting standards and boundaries that aren't real, and they're fucking it up for the people who are real, and they're making it harder. You know what I mean? Like it shouldn't. You know what I mean? Like that's not the reality.
Like back to you were saying, like, you travel a lot, right? And like my thing is just like he was saying, like, he has a lot of game, and I know this, and it kind of like hard to break out of him. Shit, like you see him now breaking out a little bit, and like, you know, speaking what it really is. So TikTok in China is not the same TikTok that is in America, not even at all. Like if you look over there, they're showing them how to engineer. They're showing them how to do this. TikToks aren't a dance over there. It's they're teaching them how to do things, which was meant for that. Just like I read an article on OnlyFans, it was meant for people to have, you know, fans of your own and everything, and then it came to America, and it's like, y'all turn this shit into a porn site. Like,
I know.
you know what I'm saying? It's like, so now, like I agree with them. Social media could ruin a lot of things when it comes to a certain spot, but they're also like, there is a job for us to do here. Just like
Certain things.
like you said, if they don't know how to set up a Roth IRA, if they don't know how to set up a high yield earnings account, if they don't know, and you're an entrepreneur, maybe we should get on there and say
They
something.
don't even know what a CPA is, man.
And yeah, exactly. So
What
we
does
gotta,
that stand for, right?
Man.
Uh-huh.
That stands for a lot, man.
No, I'm saying people don't even understand what those
CPA,
3 letters
the
mean.
words
Yeah,
mean.
Yeah,
But,
but just used to a W-2 form, man.
I know.
You
I'm
know
telling
what I'm
you.
saying? So
But
no, for reals,
no,
bro.
I'm being serious. Like,
or
Yeah,
the
once you
just
start doing
but sometimes we shouldn't laugh. Maybe we should actually educate.
But that's
them,
what I'm here. That's
'cause
why when he
maybe now we can
asked
have the
me,
Hispanic people come up on something.
bro, when he asked
We'll
me, that
teach
was the
them how
biggest
to
thing
do
I wanted to
things.
touch on because I'm tired of going to these warehouses where it ain't us. I'm sorry to say that.
No,
I'm
I mean,
tired.
because at the
Do you feel like you're treated differently when you go to these warehouses?
Well, man, I'm treated completely different because they think I'm white all the time. So look at me. I look white.
Right.
I don't look Hispanic. Until they find out I'm Hispanic, then it's like, whoa, it's a whole different treatment.
yeah.
So
Right.
I mean, I don't want to be too much on a race thing, but it's legitimate.
It's real.
Yeah,
it's real. It's real.
We still out here
No,
dealing
but
with it,
we're
man.
here to elevate our people and to let them know.
Educate.
And then,
yeah.
and then you want to know the
Educate
funny
them
thing
on
is,
things.
I always wear my Mexican hat, and they think is, oh, it's because of the M, because of Mark. Nah, man, my family really
Mexico.
Mexican.
I
man.
just took a drink. Bro.
Yeah.
It's like,
Like,
Oh,
you know what I mean? We came out
Almost
here.
spit that out.
My parents came out here with a dream,
Yeah.
and unfortunately, they made it happen for me because whatever they went through kind of inspired to me to not go through the same thing.
Right. That's
I
what
think-
you're doing for your kids.
Exactly. And my kids are in good schools, man. They're making it happen.
Yeah.
Like I said,
yeah.
you know,
I think
shout
you
out to
should
my niece. I gotta shout her out because
Yeah.
she's trying to go to college in New York to be a lawyer. First and most, but she wants to be a judge, and she got in. So she's
Awesome.
working for a school district. I mean, for a law firm in Redlands.
That's what's up.
17
go.
years old, man. Most of these people stop watching the damn Kardashians, man. You know what I'm saying?
That's a whole nother story.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
Ask me how many times I've watched one episode.
I ain't gonna lie. I be watching that shit. That shit's interesting.
I gotta say it, man.
If you're watching that shit, you ain't making money.
I'm making a little bit, man.
Thank you, bro.
But yeah,
But I gotta say it, man. You know what I mean?
wash
It ain't
my
gonna
dog.
change unless we change it.
Right.
That's where it's at. It starts
You know
with
what I
you.
mean?
Yeah, but
So-
you got to change the social media right
There you
away.
go.
Yeah.
And especially all the fakeness, man.
Yeah.
Both sides, guys too. You know, with the fake money and the prop money and you know all that bullshit. It's a bunch of hype out there right now.
Yeah.
It really is, and it's going to fizzle out, I think. And then let's not even talk about the epidemic in Asia with all the plastic surgery and the faces. You see all these.
Man.
Or
getting
even going
facelifts at
going to
25?
TJ and trying to get plastic surgery and risking your life.
But now it's getting crazy. People are actually like dying.
Yeah.
Like it's a dude. He's a comedian. DC Young Fly. His kid's mom.
Yeah. There you go.
For her birthday, went over to get a mommy makeover or whatever. Didn't even need it.
She was already beautiful, bro. No
Died.
offense, but
Died on the table.
Yeah.
Mexico.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like you said, it's an epidemic. They'll cross over and say, you know what? I mean, it's $10,000 here, but it's $4,000 over there. I'm gonna cross the border and I'm gonna do it. And
But
Some of these-
most people don't understand, man. If you grab $4,000, man, you got $4,000 in your account, man. Put it into something that's gonna make you $8,000, and then it's gonna
Yeah.
make you more
Yeah,
than $8,000.
a fucking gym membership. Like goddamn,
Nah,
like
not-
you even
not
gotta
only-
like
not
no.
only
I mean,
that,
I'm
bro,
talking about this because you going over the.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You spend you think about it, you spending $8,000 on somebody doing plastic surgery on you, and you don't even look that way in real life.
I do gotta say something before it slips out of my mind because I did want to say this when I come on here. It's to DJs as well. Is
Right.
Oh shit! No,
you have if you have a decent set of speakers,
Okay.
you have a controller, and you have a laptop, then you're a walking business. You could register your name under LLC. You could, you know what I mean. You could do all that. Like you know what I mean. You're
the
a
gas
walking
money,
business.
the gas it takes to get to the
Yeah, you could
venue,
write-
you can write it off. Everything.
Yeah. But another thing I do gotta say is that people think I don't know what they think what writing off means. I'm not really sure. It's like so if you create if you work and you don't pay taxes and you create something that you have to pay back taxes to, then you could get something to write off that. So you can't just buy something and write it off. That's not how it works.
You're not going to McDonald's and then you just like let me write off this cheeseburger.
Right off my double
There's a
cheeseburger.
big.
Yeah,
I mean.
Yeah.
A lot of
It's
people
something-
don't think they understand what writing off
But
means.
look,
You know what?
Loso touched on something that I do want to touch on, and that's an LLC, man.
Yeah,
You know what, man? Most people think that because you don't have $10,000-$20,000 that you can't start an LLC.
$80.
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're born a
But
you're born a business.
My friend, one thing you need to share too
So-
is that you form an
You're
LLC.
born a
You owe the
business.
state of California $800 a year, no matter what.
Yes.
You're paying that $800 minimum
No matter
a
what.
year,
Yes.
right?
I mean, but
at
When you get into
at the end of
when you
the
get
day,
licensed in
what people don't
California.
you can say it in Las Vegas as
Yeah,
well.
when you get into California.
So yeah, what
That's a
people
little
don't-
different. You could go to Las
Yeah, you
Vegas.
can go somewhere
and
else and get it.
but
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little more
I've
complicated.
got
but-
Las Vegas
Yeah,
once.
so
Yeah.
there's Vermont where you can register your
Or
cars,
double
don't pay no
Delaware.
taxes on your
Yeah,
cars.
yeah, yeah.
There's a lot
Delaware.
of other stuff you can do.
Yeah.
But what I want to touch bases on is if you do an LLC, right, you get an IEN number. That's a whole new number of Social Security.
Social Security,
to you.
baby.
So you go apply at a
You
bank.
don't use your Social Security. You
Exactly.
use that. You
and
use that
most
Social
people
Security.
don't understand this. If you ask for a loan of $50,000 or more to do your business, they grant it to you.
But you also do have to have
But
an active
people-
account and have a proof of income that business is
Yeah.
regenerating some income. Which
Yeah.
if you, like I said, if you have a speaker and you have a laptop and you have everything, and they're paying you and they're selling you, then put it through that. Then now you have a business.
Guys, I'm on the board of directors for a leadership conference. So I go around at Circle of Change Leadership Conference, and I speak to minorities on how to establish small business. That's
you
my
go.
charitable component. And you would be amazed when I'm speaking usually. I talk shit to some of the people out there too, because when I'm on the platform, I'll see like 4 or 5 people on their cell phones, and I'm say, hey, you should leave. Like, get them out of here. You're not listening to what's
Thank
going
you.
on here.
Yeah.
So you're talking about like 4-minute LLC and protection for your company in general.
Right,
as a business owner, you want that the veil of protection. And you're trying to tell this to the students, or you're trying to tell the people what to do. They don't want to listen.
They're more worried about texting the girl that they're gonna take out on a night, man.
But guess what? That makes more room for guys like us.
Correct.
So like I said, that when the student is ready, the teacher appears. If you're not ready to listen, I'm not going to force it down your throat.
Yeah.
I'll take care of my little circle, and the people that really want to learn, they're going to learn. But yeah, it's crazy that just the lack of business, people they don't understand.
That's why a lot of people. That's why, as far as like the minorities in our community, it's a lot of things that we have options and things that we can obtain, but nobody is there to tell us that we can get these LLCs or we can do these accounts. We need more people. You know what I mean? That's willing to tell us, more people that are doing the conferences like you that are sharing
We're at
this
say
shit.
it.
Circle of Change.
I'll be there.
Yeah, Cal State, Dominguez Hills.
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
See,
Come on, tap in, people, man. Listen to what he's telling you.
That's what it needs
Yeah.
to be.
Because that's a change.
And you can actually go online and apply for a scholarship to that conference.
There you
and
go.
you get paid, and it's all about leadership and everything. And quite honestly, like, I'm probably the only white dude on the whole, in the whole conference. Maybe there's 2 of us or 3 of us, but my whole claim has always been, I speak to people raw. Like, the only reason I'm successful is nobody gave me nothing, because I'll outwork you. I'm a fucking alien. That's what I tell everybody. I'm an alien.
You look good, man. I don't know how old you are, but you look good, bro.
But that's the way you got to
You know
be.
what I
And if we can, thank you. If we can pass that on.
And that's another thing about man. We don't congratulate each other. We hate on each other instead of congratulating each other, man.
Most
women do that to each other.
too, yeah, and it's
And
like
we don't do that as men, man.
Yeah.
because men, and it's
It ain't
crazy.
no LGBT shit, man. Respect to them, man, 100%.
Yeah.
But it's just all on understanding that we need to congratulate each other and respect each other, man.
Why do you think that happens?
Because our how do you say it, dominance.
The ego?
Our ego. We don't want to say congratulations to somebody else because we feel like we're not doing it probably.
No, it's
Or maybe he might have a better insight into it, but I feel
most men, they do, no matter if it's dressing, talking, everything, they do it, and they might not even realize it. You're doing things to impress other niggas.
Oh shit!
You're literally doing it because
Rico got it.
Because you know what I mean, like, and that's weird. Like, so you
Damn.
So when you're buying, so when you're doing everything and you're buying and you're buying other bottles, low key subconsciously you're doing it. You're competing because if you're real and it's in the shows, it's gonna fall off you. People can see it. It's not because it's not on you. It's in you.
Right.
So a female's gonna fuck with you if you pop in a bottle. That's what I was telling them earlier. I'm cool in real life. I don't have to do certain things that just a certain way, and people still gonna fuck with me.
Thank you, man.
And I don't have to put anybody else down
That-
to make
tell you-
myself look better.
And that's what's like and you know it, and we ain't got to speak on shit. It's motherfuckers nowadays who will literally down talk another man to get some ass.
yeah.
Man, bro.
In my
that happens all
generation,
day long.
I've never seen that shit so much. Like,
Yeah.
if I didn't want to make this money, I would beat you up. Like,
Really?
in the club in the night
Bro.
industry,
Wow.
you should see the amount of people who buy bottles and spend this amount of money, but they go back home and they're staying at their mom's house.
Oh yeah.
That's
They
How
just-
about the
they
life
just-
coach?
they just
How about
do
the
it.
life coach that advertises on social media? And I know who
Oh,
you
man.
are. You know who I'm talking
Shout
to,
'em out.
girl. And you live at home? How's that life coaching going?
Don't give them that time.
Yeah.
That's
And
crazy.
you know, there's like, you know, like sometimes if you're not a flashy person or whatnot, and then like, let's say you help somebody out, right? But their personality is a little bit flashy and whatnot, and you know, you guys go to the same place or whatnot, and everybody's like, oh my God, this is the guy or whatever. But then come to find out, the only reason they can flash like that is because the person next to you is helping you out to do that, and they're humble and they
Riding the wave.
and they're, you know, you're riding the wave, and it's just like that kind of bothers me.
Yeah.
That bothers me to where I'm like, okay, like it at a point sometimes, you know, when you know you get drunk, you're just like, okay, man, maybe I should just flash one time just to let them know who really is having this shit
Sometimes you
going
gotta
on.
pop out and show niggas.
But then it's just like, you know what? It's not even worth it, man. Just let them have their fun, because at the end of the day, the curtain's gonna get pulled off,
People gonna find out.
people are gonna find out. And even if they don't, it doesn't even matter, because
It's not
you
gonna
know,
last.
Yeah, you know what you're doing, and at the end of the day, like, you move different, and you're the one, like you said, not staying at your mom's house and having your own way. Even if I drive a Honda and you have a Benz and you're staying at home.
What are you doing? You're
Come
just-
on,
your
man.
ass
Make it make
backwards.
sense.
Your ass
I'll
backwards.
tell you right now. You said something a couple times. You're like, I just want to get this off my chest. This is what I want to say. I can't stand the women that go to dinner with their dude or date and do all these pictures of the dinner, like you're not paying for the dinner. And do all
Take that
the
picture.
pictures and all
You ain't in it.
and you don't put your dude in it, or the dude that bought you dinner, or you don't say, hey, thank you, Sam, or whoever bought you dinner.
You might get like a little wrist
I'm
in
gonna
it.
tell
That's
you
about
right
it.
now. Hey,
Hey man, I always get my wrist in it. They always want me to do this.
right. Hey, that shit. If that ever happened to me, it only happened once.
I'm walking out.
And I'm walking out. You done?
Man.
Like,
I'm walking out.
that shit to me, it pisses me off so much, and I see it, man. And I have some friends that allow it to happen, you know. And they're like, brother, like, don't you get it? They're just using you.
And that's why I said most of these dudes, you're doing that fancy shit. You popping them. You subconsciously, you're doing it because you're competing with other dudes. A female who really they see you, she's gonna fuck with you. Like, you don't even have to do all that, and then she's gonna hear how other people talk about you. You know what I mean? That's what makes a person. That's what makes a leader. You know what I mean? You can walk into a room, nigga, and you get that.
Hey,
praise.
man, I always say a
100%.
lion don't pop no bottles, bro.
Right,
Do you
yeah.
think? Do you think
Hey,
that
man.
some of them? Do you think some of them, the females, break him already? Like, the females already broke him down to where they're already sitting on top of him, basically, to where, like, they take a bow and they're like, you're not gonna pay for this? What kind of man are you? So they're like, oh well.
Man.
So the female just broke him. She broke him and put him down to pieces. Now she's what is it called, when pulling the strings off the puppet.
Yeah.
So now she broke you. Now you think
But they
she's
call
making
that
you
putting
think
their
that you're.
standards, bro.
Yeah. Not,
See, I still believe I'm old fashioned. Like, I still.
I'm
buy-
old-fashioned,
I
too,
buy
man,
the
but
dinner.
as long
I'm
as your
cool with all
respect is there.
that. But just how about, hey, thank
And-
you very much. I appreciate dinner. Blah 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 blah.
right.
But you got these girls now on podcasts and social media say, well, I'm giving them this. I'm putting out.
But I could cook
So
too.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
touch bases.
Like, I can clean too. Y'all don't,
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean?
I better than
Like,
most
what
of
are you
them.
gonna do?
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
I'm gonna
like,
touch
goddamn.
bases on this, man. It's funny because when you're not where you're at, they don't fuck with you.
They don't see where you're going to be.
Exactly.
Or how about when you were somewhere and you're coming down and shit changes?
Thank
Because I'll
you.
tell you right now, man, I've been on both sides of those.
There you go.
that's
So-
crazy.
And it's funny, man, because either the lounge, the bar, wherever I'm at, I might own the shit.
Anthony,
Hey,
you're right.
hey, shout out to my boy Anthony Jackson.
So
That's
I
my
might,
guy.
they are.
That's my guy.
I might be there. I
Yeah.
might own the location I'm at. They just don't know about it.
Right.
And you can tell me.
And they look at you like you just nothing, right? Until they
Yeah.
find out who you are by like somebody that's there.
Oh, yeah.
And when they find out, their whole thing switches like
Sure,
a light
sure
switch.
does. And like me, if I'm going down, I'm like a hard rubber ball, man. Because as soon as I hit, I'm bouncing right back up.
Thank
You know what I mean?
Ooh, I like that one.
That's been me.
That sounds like a rap lyric, low key.
Yeah, I'm gonna get on that mic. I'm gonna do some
might
flow.
have-
First it was the DJ, and now you spit.
No, man, I want to guest DJ one night, like one song,
Pull
man,
'em in,
bucket
pull 'em
list
in.
shit.
Hey, we'll make it happen at the House of Hookah.
Yeah,
There you go. Let's make it happen.
We at the we're at the end of it a little bit. So
okay.
what's one thing that you can or what's one bit of advice you could tell the people who are trying to be where you're at, or be trying to become a business owner?
You know what, man?
Tell them that's,
one thing that I can tell them, not to cut you off, but I feel like you're gonna take 10 falls, and that one time you make it is the one time that's gonna pay off.
Absolutely.
And then no matter what, you might do another adventure and you might fall off another 5 times. But don't give up. Because
right.
the people that give up are the ones that are weak-minded. It's that hard-minded people and that people that stick to what they want to do is the ones that are going to keep pushing. Like I said myself, man, it took 5 months, maybe 6 months for me to just open this place where it could have been open the next day. But I said, you know what? I'm going to give these people something to talk about. I'm going to give these haters something to hate more. And I decided I'm going to go full in. I didn't have to invest this money into it and change it all up. But you know what? I said, might as well give these people something to hate that they're really hating on for no reason.
Yeah.
Because I wasn't even a fraction of what they were hating on.
They're hating because they're afraid.
Exactly. And now I gave them something to really be afraid of because now everybody's fucking with me.
right.
And now that you're on this podcast, they're gonna fuck with you more. So I'm gonna get my people to start going over there.
There
You
you
know what I mean?
go. There we go.
Yeah.
Shit.
And then
A little revolution.
so and then
you have a guest DJ spot, so I mean, why wouldn't they come?
There you go.
ready.
Where's my name on that list?
Hey,
So
I'll get you a DJ.
I'm gonna tell the entrepreneurs that want to start something, man, don't give up, man.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
it took a long time. People might say 5 months. Wow, that's not long. It is long. I done businesses faster than that, man. And I just gotta say that was a long time for me to up. And remember, every time rent's due, everything else is due. Day-to-day bills are due. Your kids are asking for new shoes, everything else, man. So you gotta understand.
you gotta stay motivated.
There you go.
And I gotta tell you something. I'm burnt out. I'm burnt the fuck out.
There you go.
And I gotta keep lighting that fire, man. Because you get to a point too where you get burnt out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotcha. And then
I gotta shout out real quick, Ish, Sultans and La Cruda, man. Keep pushing it. We gotta keep doing it.
And one last question. What do you consider a leader?
All right. One thing I do consider as leader is, once you build a team up and something does happen, you take it on the chin, and because they're the people you're teaching. So if they mess up, then that's your mess up because that's your product. So if you're a leader and you're teaching people something and they mess up, whether it's you send them to a gig and you send them to to another event and it's under you, then you take that on the chin, and then you talk to them and then you correct that problem, but you always have to take everything on the chin because at the end of the day, they're your students. So
right.
Once you teach them now, if you do correct that a couple of times, then you know that they should not be under you at all.
You know what we need to do?
Tell me.
We're gonna do this. We're gonna set this shit up. We're gonna do an event at your place, and we're gonna do an event for future entrepreneurs. But they gotta earn their way to get a spot there.
Bro, I'm loving that.
And I'm gonna come in.
Yes,
you're gonna
sir.
talk. You're gonna talk. You'll talk. I'll bring in another big entrepreneur friend of mine, and we'll cheer for them.
Brother, let's do it.
You know what I mean?
I'm all
And make
about
it
that.
free. Make it free for the ones that really want it.
Right.
And we're gonna donate our time. And we will give you the little tips and tricks that you need to do to become an entrepreneur. Let's put that event together.
And not only that, I'm open up to advice as well. Like you said, you do this. Like I'm still on the Movado game. You guys are on the Rolex. I'm still
What's
on
the
my way
Bible
up.
say? Iron sharpens iron.
Exactly. Trust me, I'm still open up to. I'm still ready to learn. So, at first when you said that, I was like, "So how do I say?" Oh wait, hold up. You said I speak.
Yeah.
You know.
Hey, listen. You know how this works.
Yeah.
I just want to DJ one song.
I'm gonna say
You know what I mean?
something
I
though.
wanna
Those
learn.
material things don't make you, man. It's the man that makes you, bro.
Right. Exactly.
So
Thank
that's
you,
what I'm
brother.
gonna say,
Appreciate
bro.
it, man. And
Yeah.
This was a good conversation.
Yeah, bro. You're the man that's
Calm
making
this
it,
shit.
man.
No, I really,
appreciate it,
hey,
bro.
I really enjoyed.
100%.
Hey, I really enjoyed talking with you
sure.
guys. This is great, man.
How was your experience?
It was the best ever, bro. Like I said, you know how many people have asked me to do a podcast, even for businesses that I've been into,
Yeah.
that I have not decided to do it.
Got you.
It's amazing.
And this is amazing right here.
You?
Oh, mine.
What's up?
I feel like I think I open up to more mentors and more experiences and more information because it's all about information to me.
Right.
We're not done here, man. We
No,
got a
sure.
lot of other
Oh
stuff.
yeah,
We're gonna have you
there'll
back in
be
a couple
round
months.
two of
We're
this.
gonna-
We're gonna
bring-
circulate right
yeah.
here. We're gonna
Yeah,
do
there'll be a
that.
round two for sure.
Definitely.
And I'm glad I can make it because I just got back in town and I'm jet lagged.
I always like expanding my circle, man. And
Right,
when
that
it
part.
comes to paper, let's
Yeah.
do it, bro.
So
All
with
the
that said,
time, man.
Howlers, on here we say "shed the sheep." It's our slogan. So on 3, if you guys can say "shed the sheep" to the camera.
Shut the sheep.
Shed the sheep, man.
1, 2, 3.
Shed the sheep.
Howler Baz. I'm Rico Savage.
I'm Eddie Millis.
I'm
Like-
BJ Loso.
I'm Mark, House of Hookah.
Like
Let's
and
get it.
subscribe. We're out, Howlers.
Thanks, guys.